Welcome to the Jaguar Podcast, a show where we discuss all things related to Duval County's finest NFL football team, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Blue 42, set, punch!
Duval, baby! Hey everybody, this is Andrew and welcome to episode 9 of the Jaguar Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to be doing a prediction of the Jacksonville Jaguars 2019 record. So I'm going to go through this rapid fire and here we go. Jacksonville Jaguars versus Kansas City Chiefs. Week number 1, it's a home game. I have this marked as a loss. It's a tough opener for Jacksonville. They'll have to contain Patrick Mahomes to stay in this. I think it could either be a shootout or a blowout. It just depends if Jacksonville shows up. They'll have to contain other offensive weapons like wide receiver Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, the tight end, and then fullback Anthony Sherman. I think it could be close if Jacksonville shows up, but I think Jacksonville, it'll be kind of come down to the wire, and I see Kansas City winning this game by a field goal. We go into week number 2, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans. This will be an away game. I have Jacksonville winning this game. The Texans lost their running back Lamar Miller to a knee injury. I think if we can, shut down Deshaun Watson, contain him, put some pressure on him, and then also shut down wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, we'll likely put cornerback Jalen Ramsey on him. That's always a great matchup. But I think if we can do that and then kind of shut down defensive end J.J. Watt, with that and then them losing Clowney, the other defensive end, I think we pull away with a close win here. Week number 3, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Titans. This is a home game. This is always a terrible matchup. Always a dirty game. I think if we can kind of shut down quarterback Marcus Mariota, put some pressure on him. He's a running quarterback, so we really need to make sure that we have outside contain. Hopefully Josh Allen can stop him and keep his eyes on him. But if we can stop Mariota and then running back Derrick Henry, I think we'll probably come away with a win. We go into week 4, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Broncos. This is an away game. Broncos were 6-10 last season. I don't think they're very good. They also have quarterback Joe Flacco. I think if we could put pressure on him, he'll crumble. He can't really move around real well in the pocket. I don't think their offense is very good either. Their defense is very good though. So this may be a low-scoring game, but I see Jacksonville coming away with a win here. Week number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Panthers. This is an away game in Carolina. Carolina Panthers were 7-9 last year. I think if we can shut down quarterback Cam Newton, keep the running game to a minimum with Christian McCaffrey, and then, make sure, we keep eyes on tight end Greg Olsen and then wide receiver DJ Moore, we could pull away with the win in this game. We really just need to make sure that we, as an offense, establish a running game, keep their defense out there, get them tired, but I could see us pulling away with a close win here as well. Week number 6, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New Orleans Saints. This is a home game. I put this in the loss column. I don't see us getting past Drew Brees and the incredible New Orleans offense. I think it could be a close game, but I just don't see us pulling away with a win, so I have this in the loss column. Week number 7, Jaguars versus the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals. This is an away game. I see us winning this game. The Bengals are terrible. They're 6-10. I think if we put a lot of pressure on quarterback Andy Dalton, he's going to crumble. He's going to make mistakes. So the defense really needs to show up. But, we really need to play smash mouth football in this game. I could see us going to Leonard Fournette, keeping the defense out there, the Cincinnati defense, wearing them down, and then going to our passing game with Nick Foles and Chris Conley and Dede Westbrook. So I think we'll pull away with the win here. I definitely have this in the W column. Week number 8, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Jets. This is a home game. I also have this in the win column. Sam Darnold, I think he's terrible as a quarterback. If we put pressure on him, I think, again, he'll make mistakes. So, Josh Allen, Yannick Ngakoue, and Calais Campbell really have to show up to this game. The defense has to shut down running back Le'Veon Bell. And I think as long as we do that, I think we come away with a win in this game. Week number 9, Texans versus the Jags. This is a home game. Again, as I stated previously, I think we can win this game as long as we put pressure on Deshaun Watson. Make sure we shut down wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. I think we could do that with Ramsey, Jalen Ramsey. And then I think, again, if we can shut down their outside pass rush, J.J. Watt, and then them not having Clowney, I think we can win this game. So we go to Week 10, Jaguars versus the Colts. I think without Andrew Luck, I think we have a better chance of winning this game. It's an away game, so we're playing in Indianapolis. I think we win this game. The replacement quarterback Jacoby Brissett, he's inexperienced. I think if we put pressure on him, he'll make mistakes. The Colts defense is also really bad. So I think if we establish the running game with Leonard Fournette early, I think we can just pound the ball, wear him down, and I think we can come away with the win here. Week 11, Jaguars versus Titans. This is an away game. Again, terrible matchup, Titans and Jaguars. I think the Jaguars lay an egg here and end up losing this game. I think they go to Tennessee, and I think historically we just haven't played very well there. So I'll put that in the loss column. Jaguars versus Bucks, week number 12. It's a home game. The Bucks are terrible. They had a 5-11 record last season. I think we crushed the Bucks at home and come away with a win. Week 13, Jaguars versus the Chargers. This is one of the toss-up games here in my prediction. We could either win or lose this one, but I have this, going down as a loss. I don't think Jaguars are going to be able to stop Sam Rivers and the Chargers offense. Their defense is also really good as well, but I think it could be a close game, but we may end up losing it. So I put it in the loss column. Week number 14, Jaguars versus the Oakland Raiders. This is an away game. I have this as a win. The Raiders are terrible. They're 4-12. Their offense is, so-so with, Derek Carr. They do have Antonio Brown, but I think with Ramsey matched up against him, we'll be able to shut him down. And I think we'll be able to win this game as long as we show up on defense. I think we can come away with a win. So I have this in the W column. Week number 15, Jaguars versus the Falcons. This is another toss-up game. I have this as a win. The defense has to show up, put pressure on quarterback Matt Ryan, and shut down weapons like wide receiver Julio Jones. But I think this game will probably be a close one. It's a toss-up, but I'll say Jacksonville comes away with a win, maybe wins by a field goal here. And then the final game, week number 16, Jaguars versus the Colts. Again, this is a home game. I think they win this one. Jaguars win this at home. For reasons that I previously stated. The Colts defense is terrible. Jacoby Brissett, I think, he's a little inexperienced. So I think if we put pressure on him, he'll make mistakes. And I think we come away with a win. So in closing, I see the Jaguars going 11-5 or 10-6. Those two games, the Chargers and the Falcons, if they lose one and win one, or just lose both of them, I could see them going 10-6 at the worst, or 11-5. So let me know how you feel about this prediction. Leave a comment on the YouTube video or podcast episode. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.
Let me get that. JYD coming up with the big sack. Quarterbacks beware, we on the prowl. Game day night, you could hear it in our growl. Intimidation on to keep their hearts racing. Eating other teams live on TV front of the nation. Spectacular defensive scheme.
This episode is available on the Jaguar Podcast YouTube channel. So if you stop by, make sure to subscribe and give this video a like. Also, these episodes are available on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and other major podcast distributors as well. So if you don't mind, please leave me a review and some feedback. I'd really appreciate that. If you'd like to connect with me on social media, my Twitter handle is @JagwarPodcast. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. This is Andrew signing off. Cheers.